All right, welcome to this session on planning or how organizations plan. Particularly, we're going to look at the types of plans managers use to make effective decisions, how those plans are made, and the types of plans they might use in that process. So by the end of this topic, you should have an understanding of the types of plans managers use, the planning tools, techniques, and processes that are useful to managers so that you can apply them. We'll have a look at this quote from Winston Churchill first up. Let our advanced worrying become advanced thinking and planning. So what does he mean? Instead of worrying, we make plans. We look deeply into the heart of uncertainty and complexity, and we say to ourselves, how do we make plans in this area? How do we take this feeling of pain, this uncertainty, this feeling of not knowing, and how do we turn that into planning and into action? Churchill, probably better than most people, understood that when you're trying to plan and you're going through difficult times and you don't have certain answers, it's always good to have some kind of strategy or plan at your disposal. So really, managers use three types of broad planning techniques. Strategy, which is long-term; operational, which are the tactics or steps, if you like, that we use to make strategy happen; and then the actual tactics themselves, or the actions inside the tactics, if you like, of what do we do on a day-to-day basis to make this a reality. So they're the three really key areas. We either look towards the future, look towards the present, or we watch what we're doing on a daily basis from a tactical angle. Basically, let's start with operational plans, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Typically, we set a strategy over a long period of time. So we might decide that we want to be the best organization that sells widgets of some sort, or coffee cups, or iPads, whatever it is, or Apple if you like. And what we want to do is to become the best at that. Now, in order to do that, it's important to have goals, and goals are wonderful. But without the wheels, goals mean nothing. So a big organization like this one, or the organization perhaps where you've worked before, or McDonald's if you've worked at McDonald's, or other places, it's a giant machine. And it's the best way to think about an organization is as a giant machine. It's made up of production goals, financial goals, cultural and diversity goals, buildings, facilities, marketing, planning, and so on and so forth. Any organization that you see operating has a suite of plans that it uses to try and achieve its objectives in the real world. Now, these are of a wide variety, but generally what an organization, or a big one, will do will every 3 to 5 or 2 to 5 years set a strategy and say we're going in this direction. In order to measure that strategy, we need to set up what they call operational plans. And the operational plans take that strategy and turn it into the day-to-day tactics that we employ and use to reach our goal. So you might remember we talked about SMART goals. These production goals or financial goals, whatever they may be, help us to reach the targets we need to reach in order to be successful in the future. So let's have two quick examples. The first one, we think of Tesla. Tesla's mission statement is as follows: to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Today, Tesla builds not only all electric vehicles, but also infinitely scalable clean energy generation storage products. Think, wow, so Tesla's in the business of creating sustainable energy transformation, right? So they want to use vehicles as the avenue to change the planet. Now that seems really funny considering they're a money-making enterprise, but that's the way Elon Musk and the board of Tesla choose to frame the future. Their strategy is, we're going to do that. Now, how do they do that? They have software, they have batteries, they have solar generation products, they have Teslas, which are pretty cool looking cars. But look at this recent quote from Elon Musk, which is his strategic way of positioning the organization and letting people know his intent. Tesla is open to licensing software and supplying powertrains and batteries. We are trying to accelerate sustainable energy, not crush competitors. So his vision, his strategy is to share this technology, but also to make money along the way. How does he do it? They've got a factory, they've got production goals, they've got sales targets, they've got HR goals. All of those tactics that they employ on a day-to-day basis go back to his strategic vision of the future. One more example of that might be this. His strategic goal is moving to sustainable energy. How does he operationalize that? Build cool-looking sports cars, cool-looking SUVs, build things like cool-looking cyber trucks, if you've seen the Cybertruck, or anything that's new and relevant in Tesla. The robo-taxis, the fully automated taxis. How does he tactically do that? Well, he has an operational plan to build factories, to sell cars to early adopters on social media, and that will help him reach his strategic goal. So just in summary, Elon Musk's plan to reach that sustainable goal in the future of having sustainable energy and sustainable transport will be reached through the day-to-day operations of Tesla, selling cars, selling clean battery storage, and selling solar products. And that's how he plans to get there. Similar thing with going to Mars. That's how he plans to get there. He builds rockets, he takes the batteries with him, he sells internet. It all funds that goal in the end. The goal in itself is meaningless without the day-to-day operations of the company strategically reaching its target and building up its investor portfolio. In the next part, we're going to talk about the different types of plans managers use.